This second class on rekindling your love of tessellations deals with a grid built up of equilateral triangles, of mirrors, with a three-way rotation point in the middle of each triangle. It can be as simple or as complex as you want. I call this one the mirrored triplets. This tessellation from M.C. Escher is quite similar to the flying fish in the previous class, in the video that I showed you of the drawing process. But in this one, Escher adapted his design to a three-point rotation system. From the corner to the center, linked with just one line. Again, because of the mirrors, the figures have bilateral symmetry. Mirrored triplets is a good way to remember this symmetry system. Here's another simple line, also by Escher, connecting the central rotation point and one of the corners. Look at the white squiggle. Then it's repeated 2 more times around the central point, the green line and the yellow line. In this P31M tessellation, Hidekazu Nomura has used the same principle, but slightly modified the outline. The little Chinese boy, as some call this tessellation by M.C. Escher. Note the bottom of the sleeves is located at the three-way rotation point. The legs are apart on either side of a combination of 2 hat edges. Universally speaking, the form of a straw hat lends itself well to a 120-degree space to fill. I came up with this tessellation a few weeks ago, not even thinking of Escher's Chinese boy. All our minds work in similar ways. We can imagine objects within the shapes, within the available space. In my character, the shoulder is at the three-way rotation point, not the sleeve as in Escher's Chinese boy. I also dented the top of the hat and pushed the hat and figure down. I slipped both legs in there together rather than Escher's legs apart placement. Here's a progressive animation of the Lai Tzi tessellation from its first single line connecting one of the corners to the central rotation point. This one, Manta Rays, has the simplest line connecting one corner to the middle rotation point. Let's take it apart. A most simple line connecting one corner to the middle rotation point. This was done in an older version of Kaleido Paint where you couldn't edit the line. If I needed to erase, I would paint a wide white line over top of everything and start over. Omega Boy was my aha moment for this iPad app. The original version of the app did not have the edit option, as I've mentioned. It had a sketchy feel to it. But I was still proud of my first tessellation. I sent a copy to the app developers gallery. This was my introduction to Professor Jeff Weeks in 2012. He actually replied, which is rare these days, and treasured. The version on the right is my redo, done with the newer version of Kaleido Paint. Same quirky sharing of hair, tiny neck, the cape's a bit better, wrapped around his fingers. Feet facing sideways rather than the tiny forward ones in the original. These are all decisions you make as you design your characters. I spent a lot of time with the interior details on this Ruffles tessellation. Period costume, poofy shirt, an adorable little character. You should have enough examples now to understand how to create a nested shape in this symmetry group. The mirrored triplets is how I call them. I will show you one more progress video, my vampires. Then you need to show me what you can do.